All right, everybody, welcome into game number 3 of the Forest Acres Classic here in the 20th anniversary of this great tournament. If you remember me from last year, my name's Alex Ross. Why I say remember me? Because both teams were here last year playing in this tournament and, of course, against each other. Both Airport and River Bluff have had some battles over the years here at the Forest Acres Classic, and they will kick it off this season playing against each other, potentially in a game that going to have a lot of implications. Of course, both these teams very good this season. Airport 13-3, and River Bluff also 13-3. So again, my name's Alex Ross. Of course, I'm the play-by-play for AC Flora Definite Fiction, meaning you're stuck with me for now 4 days of baseball, hopefully for both of these teams. And of course, you are stuck with me through this one as well. So, the quick rundown of the Forest Acres Classic. For those who are new and those who are old, of course, both of these are seasoned veterans, as you know. River Bluff is almost a staple in this tournament. It feels like this is their 9th straight Forest Acres Classic. They're 5-time champs, including a three-peat from 21 to 23. Airport has been here the last 2 years. They are now making their 4th appearance, and they have yet to reach the final day of those last 2. Well, a lot of that has to do with the other team across the diamond. But let's go through what the Forest Acres Classic is. This is a spring break tournament held by AC Flora High School. There is 2 brackets. There's Bracket A and Bracket B. We are all in Bracket A. So Airport, River Bluff, AC Flora, and of course, Hammond School. AC Flora, Hammond as the late game. And a quick note for everyone here playing Flora. If you are playing Flora, you have the 8 o'clock game. So that's Airport tomorrow, River Bluff on Wednesday. The other 2, I'm pretty sure, will be playing the 5 o'clock. So there's 2 brackets. You have a round-robin style, so everyone will play everybody. The winner of this bracket will play the winner of Bracket B, which is the Miller School, Cardinal Newman, Lugoff, Elgin, and Lexington. The 2 will then play on Thursday for a championship. And a little side note, little new thing here, there's no longer a 5th place game. So it's just the best 2 teams in each bracket and the second best 2 teams in each bracket, meaning only half the teams need to show up here on Thursday. Games will be from 11, 3, or 2, 5, and 8. And of course, not really else much to say, of course, that everybody knows this field very well. I'm sure everyone knows kind of the format, especially this Airport team who feels like there's a lot of seasoned veterans on this team, one of the best teams in 4A. In River Bluff, who just, for whatever reason, this is their home away from home. 5-time winners of the Forest Acres Classic. They've won 3 of the last 4, only be knocked off by Miller last year. Really didn't play him. So let's look at Airport and let's look at River Bluff. Let's go through our starting lineups. River Bluff is the designated home team, so let's roll around the diamond. It's Dalton Corley on the bump. Behind the dish, Trip Hutto. First, Dom Norton. Second, Zach Ortiz. Playing short, Walker Godwin. Third, Maddox Freed. Left field, Banks Alexander. In right field, it's Ashley Powell. Manning up in centers, Andrew Rye. And DHing is Sam Turner. For the visiting Eagles, let's go through the lineup. Hunter Epps leading off. He's on the bump. Batting second, the second baseman, Braden Dunlap. Short, Bryce Gillette. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, Landon Jeffcoat. Fifth, the catcher, Justin Seitler. Sixth, the center fielder, Isaiah Clemens. 7, Sundiata Anderson. Third. 8th is the right fielder, Daniel Butts. 9th, DHing Matthew Perry. And the person getting DH'd 4 is Gabe Ingram. And left, I'll step away real quick, National Anthem. All right, so again, and for the third time, my name is Alex Ross. We're so excited to have you guys in here for straight days of baseball. Of course, one of my favorite events to do every single season. And a shout out to both these teams for making stats a little easier for me to grab this time instead of having to search for them. And of course, making information a little more available. All right, so I'm gonna step away again. Ready to rock and roll. Airport and River Bluff are actually, let's kind of break this game down for those who remember, because Airport feels like it's been 2 years of pain against this River Bluff team. 2 years ago, one of the most controversial calls you're going to see in a high school game that Jeff and I had to break down pixel by pixel against the state champion River Bluff Gators with Bo Hollins, Walker Mitchell, Thomas Powell, Wyatt McPherson, Matty Garris. That whole team, Airport took them to the limit and could have extended the game. However, the catcher actually was off home plate. I think Jeff and I did confirm it was by pixels he was off, but he was off, and River Bluff had the winning run come home considering it was not a force out. Then last year, River Bluff and Airport, after they both won their first 2 games, did battle right here where a ground ball to the shortstop, I believe, went awry. And of course, River Bluff ended up winning that game. That game was the difference between Airport playing for a championship and not playing at all. Yes, you heard me right. If Airport wins that game, they have 2 wins over. They have 2 wins over Dorman and River Bluff. They actually did end up falling to Oceanside the next day, but of course, if you win the day before, it's a little different mindset. So you lose that, so you have 2 wins over Dorman and River Bluff. At that point, you lose to Oceanside Collegiate. However, the tiebreaker would go to you because you beat Dorman, who then beat River Bluff. So just a weird game where all of the pieces fell into place. Instead of Airport playing on Thursday, they were left at home. You got to imagine they want some revenge after falling to this River Bluff team. And on the flip side, this River Bluff team, I mean, I have just a list of players that left from last year. Bo Hollins, Landon Gross, BJ Etheridge, Colby Reynolds, Garrett Sanders, Stephen Collier, Miles Profit, all off this team from last year. So you can imagine everyone's surprised when you look at their record and you say they're 15-3. You're like, well, what the heck? How do they just continue to keep everybody? And well, a lot of sophomores, a lot of young talent really came up, and it all starts with this core of young players, including the man in left today, Banks Alexander, one of the top freshmen in this tournament. This tournament has a ton of top freshmen today, or for this year. Banks Alexander is one of those, and he's going to be fun to watch. But of course, this Airport team, one of the best teams, not just in 4A, but in the state. Prep Baseball has them ranked number 17 in the state, number 4 in 4A. River Bluff ranked number 6 in 5A, number 5 in the state from PB, and number 4 in 5A. Let's do it. Righty on righty, first pitch in the dirt, ball 1. We are underway. River Bluff, the designated home team. Airport, the designated visiting team. It's righty on righty as Dalton Corley on the bump for the Gators. The 1-0 is low, ball 2. If you're new to the Forest Acres Classic, I do these radio styles, so I'm going to be really descriptive, which helps with the stagnant camera. Of course, camera is always cool to have in your vision, but getting the outfield is a little tougher. The 2-0. Ooh, runs in and hit Epps. The pitcher gets hit on the shoulder blade, and he'll trot down to first. Not an ideal start for Corley. Corley, one of the top pitching prospects this state has to offer in the junior class. Has a rough beginning as he hits Epps in the shoulder, and now it's Braden Dunlap up. You know, we talk about all the young players. This feels like a tournament full of young players here. You know, to my right, you've got Christian Spivey, one of the best sophomores in the class. Here is Braden Dunlap, one of the sophomores that's making a name for himself, hitting .327 this year. Pick off to first, not in time. Maddox Free, the third baseman, way in on the infield grass, expecting bunt from Dunlap. However, Dunlap has shown the power off, a double and 8 RBIs this year. The left-hander awaits, the right-hander comes home. The first pitch is a fastball away, it's ball 1. Corley comes set, and he'll fire the 1-0. Heater upstairs, ball 2. We'll do up here in the first. It's Epps, Dunlap, Gilleft, and Jeffcoat sitting in the hole spot. And that's going to bring out a quick talk to the bump for Corley. Corley has had an up and down season, a 3.6 ERA, 23 and a third inning pitch, now making his 7th start of the season. However, he just picked up his 4th win of the season against Dutch Fork. Well, he didn't actually pick it up, but he's a 4-1 record. Corley has been all over the place. He was a sophomore last year, pitching 31 innings. Now he's on track to pitch around 40-something if this season finishes out. You know, it's really weird considering we played this tournament around the beginning of April or end of March. Now we're playing like middle of April this year, way later than last. The 2-0 is a fastball right down the middle. It's strike one. Pick off back to first. Epps will slide back safely. Hunter Epps, the USC Union commit, you'll see him on the hill for the Eagles. He has 4 stolen bags so far this season, getting a decent lead off first, but nothing too crazy quite yet. The 2-1, swung on and missed. Fastball on the outside edge makes it 2-2. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Fastball attack on the outside edge at 87 miles per hour for strikeout number 1 here for Corley, and out number 1 in the Classic for the Gators.
Number 12, shortstop, Bryce Gillette.
Well, now it's Bryce Gillette. Bryce Gillette, I have a little sentimental value too after he gave me one of my favorite calls from last year when Shane Hanna gunned down someone trying to go to third. Bryce Gillette was the man who laid the tag at third. Now the right-handed shortstop will dig in for the first time this Classic. Pickoff back to first, not in time as Epps is back in. But keeping a close eye on Epps. He's not a terribly big stolen base stealer. However, this Airport team would love to get someone in scoring position for the heart of their order. Righty on righty, 1 away. Corley fires. Called strike 1. Off speed, low in the zone against Gillette. A lot of pickoffs to first, another one from Corley. The 5th time he's checked in over on Epps. Epps has dived back safely every time. River Bluff's defense playing a little offset to the left. The second baseman Ortiz more up the middle. Godwin in the hole, the shortstop. The 0-1 is a called strike 2. Curveball hits the outside part of the plate. Corley showing off why he's one of the top prospects this junior class has to offer when it comes to pitching. The 0-2. Fastball missed wide, ball 1, good eye for Gillette. I made the comment earlier back in the Lugoff-Lexington game, but it's always interesting to see how these teams come out and attack with pitchers. Both of Airport and River Bluff seem to be using their aces here on day 1, which no one else has really done. For Miller, Evan Hankins went, who's really their second, third pitcher. For Cardinal Newman, they pitched a pitcher that usually doesn't even start in Roland Boyd. For Lexington, it was Kistner, who's one of their best 2 options as well. Lugoff Elgin really did a bullpen game. Epps goes the 1-2. That's grounded to third baseman Free. He gloves it. The throw to first is in time as Epps takes second. Nice play from Free. It was hard grounder from Gillette, who got good contact. But the hit and run does work as the Airport now has a base runner in scoring position, albeit it's their second out. Well, now it's Landon Jeffcoat. Righty on, righty, 2 away. As Jeffcoat will try to dig in and get the Eagles on the board early against River Bluff. Righty on, righty, Corley fires. It's a fastball hammered and foul lay down the left field line, out of play in a hurry. Well, Jeffcoat was ready and waiting on the off speed. And I'll tell you why, he already has a homer on this season. He had one last year as well for the Eagles. It's a hard ball for strike number 1. The 0-1. Slider stays away. It's ball 1. Now 1-0 on the count. 2 gone here in the opening frame of the first game of the Forest Acres Classic for both these teams. Runner on second for Airport. They're working with 2 outs here as the junior at the dish, trying for his 6th RBI this season. the 1-1. Off speed, low and away, ball 2. Nice backhand from Hutto behind the dish. Both Airport and River Bluff come in playing very well as of recently. River Bluff won 3 of their last 5. Airport's won 4 of their last 5. The 2-1. Off speed away, ball 3. It's a great eye from Jeffcoat, and if it gets that far, it's the catcher, Justin Seitler, ready and waiting on deck. River Bluff came in, they went 11-1 in March. They've slowed a little bit, but they've played some very talented teams as their 5A region, one of the best in the state. The 3-1 from Corley, called strike 2, curveball low in the zone. That'll fill her up here as Jeffcoat thought it was ball 4. Well, it's 3-2, 2 gone. Scoreless so far in the first inning, in the top of the first, over the Eagles had the first runner of the game standing on second. This revamped River Bluff Gators team trying to come to the Classic and win their 4th of 5. However, stepping out of the box now will be Jeffcoat after a long staring contest with Corley. Corley almost looking like Craig Kimbrell, except his arms just dangling to the side. Now he comes set. Couple looks at second, he'll fire. The payoff, got him looking, strike 3, curveball low in the zone. And that will do it here in the first. The Eagles leave one of the base pass as to Halton Corley. Looking as advertised, we're scoreless, going to the bottom of the first when we return. All right, welcome into game number 3 of this 20th anniversary of the Forest Acres Classic. You know, it will be the 20th annual, however, COVID did unfortunately happen, meaning it's just the 20th anniversary and the 19th rendition of this great spring break tournament. Both Airport and River Bluff have been a staple the past few years in this tournament, now looking to start their 2025 campaigns off strong against one another, as River Bluff has had the Eagles' number. However, on paper, this looks like the pitching matchup of the day. Hunter Epps and Dalton Corley. The right-hander on the bump. He's about to get ready. The USC Union commit. That Sidearm release going to be fun as this River Bluff offense will look to take its spot where all the other ones have. Well, leading off is the left fielder, one of the top freshmen in this state, Banks Alexander. When I looked at this River Bluff team, doing my preseason stuff, I was looking, Flora has a pretty good freshman, McLean Knight, who will be making potentially his debut this tournament. Well, righty on righty, first pitch. Epps throws it outside edge, strike one, a fastball. When I was looking, I said, all right, well, I want to see where McLean sits, and all of a sudden, I look at this kid, Banks Alexander, one of the top kids in the state. The 0-1 misses wide, ball one, off speed for Epps. And what about Banks Alexander shoots, kind of off the paper for you? It's not really, he has a great average, everything. 1-1 coming home. Called straight to a fastball. But it's the kid's poise. 2 walk-offs, including a walk-off grand slam for the Gators this season. Epps is ahead, 1-2. The righty comes home and Alexander fouls it off. Well, I can talk all about Banks Alexander all that I want, but the senior on the hill, just as impressive. One of the top right-handed pitching prospects here in this senior class, now making his 6th or 7th start of the season. The 1-2, that one's just softly hit over to the shortstop. Bryce Gillette, low throw. It's dug out by Jeffcoat for out number 1. This could be a special one, folks. 2 great teams about to do a battle, and right on cue. Gillette a little low, and Jeffcoat does the job for out number 1. Now it's Walker Godwin, one of the few players that River Bluff has returning from his roster. Walker batting second. The shortstop digs into the right-handed box against the right-handed Epps. First pitch from the sidearm righty. So it's 1-0. They're going to call, I think, a balk technically. That's what it's ruled. They're going to say a little, I think it's something along the lines with how his hands were set up. Or maybe with his just positioning. Either way, it's 1-0. 1-0. That one's hard on the ground of Gillette, the shortstop. He fields it this time. Throw it's a little higher off the ground is good for out number 2. Well, 2 quick outs for Bryce Gillette. Hunter Epps doing what he does on the mound, and now it's Dom Norton.
First base, number 7, Dominic Norton.
Dom Norton, the junior, hitting .365 this season. The hulking lefty will step into the box, the first lefty that the right-handed Epps will get. First pitch, that one's on the ground to the second baseman on a hop. He almost eats up Dunlap, but he stays back and makes the play. 3 up, 3 down, all 3 ground outs. Hunter Epps gets off the base pass quickly, and the Gators are held hitless. We're scoreless going to the second, right here on the Forest Acres Classic on Definite Fiction. Welcome back here to Forest Acres, South Carolina. We're set to begin the top of the second in a game that has potential to be the game of the tournament. It's got everything you want. A storyline, 2 great teams, and some great pitching. Should be a ton of fun as we're scoreless here going to the second. The first time I can say that all tournament. After Lexington drubbed Lugoff Elgin 9-1. Righty on righty, first pitch from Corley outside, ball 1. It's Justin Seitler up. And, of course, Miller jumped all over Cardinal Newman in that first game. So, scoreless going to the second for the first time this tournament. Corley will wind and deal, though. think it's the 0-1 is now 1-1, I believe. I did miss the first pitch a little. I think it's 1-1. We're gonna go with it. Oh, 2-0. Haha. I gotta get back used to doing everything myself. I get to run the score bug, talk about the game, update the stream all at once. The 2-0. Upstairs, ball 3. Well, Seitler up for the first time today. The catcher comes in hitting .296 with 14 RBIs, one of the top hitters in this lineup. He's ahead 3-0 as the right-hander deals. It's a fastball right down Broadway for strike 1. Corley will fire the 3-1. That one's popped to the right side, going into right field. Moving toward the line is Ashley Powell. He'll may have room and make the one-handed grab for out number 1. For those familiar with this state, of course, that is the brother of Thomas Powell. I'll go into Ashley a lot more when he comes up to the plate, but he makes it look routine for out number 1.
Stepping to the plate, center fielder, number 5, Isaiah Clemens.
It's now the center fielder Isaiah Clemens batting 6th for the Airport Eagles. The junior has 12 RBIs to his first 18 games. The righty-on-righty showdown starts with a fastball away for ball 1. Corley comes home, the 1-0. Fastball low and away, ball 2. Corley not known for walking many people. He has walked 5 this season, but compared to those 37 strikeouts, that 5 really looks small. Same thing with Epps as well. We'll talk about that when he comes back up a little bit more. But the 2-0, fastball upstairs, ball 3, and for the second straight time, he falls behind a batter, 3-0. I mean, to put it bluntly, Epps has only 4 walks and 50 strikeouts. Just some low numbers compared to some high strikeouts. The 3-0. Fastball on the outside edge, strike 1. Seitler was in this exact same spot before he flew out to right field. It's now 3-1. Corley will wheel and deal. The 3-1 called, strike 2 on the outside edge. Clemens is about to drop the bat, but now he's got to step back in for a full count with 1 gone. Corley will wind and kick the 3-2 in tight, ball 4. Clemens works the walk after Corley fought back from being ahead or being behind 3-0.
Number 8, Sundiata Anderson.
So it's Sundiata Anderson due up, the third baseman. Anderson is on the last sheet of my notes I have. He's 3 for 9 this season. 1 RBI, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Had a walk in their game last week, the last one these Eagles played. Righty on righty, Corley comes home. It's a fastball low and away, ball 1, and for now the third straight batter, Corley throws a first pitch ball. A full crowd here at Falcon Field. Airport and will always show out at these tournaments. The 1-0 is called, strike 1. It was a fastball low in the zone against Anderson. Pickoff back to first. Sliding back safely is Clemens. Clemens does have 4 stolen bags this season. That is the most for this Airport team, as Airport doesn't like to run a ton. They do all the talking with their bats. The 1-1. That one's high, chopper to the right side. Stepping off is Corley. The only play he has is at first, and it's good for 2. Clemens will move into scoring position, the second runner the Eagles have had. One of those plays that hit straight down and right back towards the pitcher, but it's hit so high in the air that all Corley can do is wait and throw it to first. And that brings up the hulking righty Daniel Butts. Well, Butts has 2 modes, strike out or hit for power. Butts has 2 homers, 8 RBI, 3 doubles, and 20 strikeouts. Righty on, righty 2 away. First pitch, it's a slider upstairs for ball 1. That one didn't miss by much though. Butts does leave this Airport team with 20 strikeouts. But again, the 9th ranked first baseman in the sophomore class. He's got a ton of power to boot. Of course, those 2 home runs are good for the lead on this Airport squad as he steps out in this right-handed showdown. Corley is trying to work around a runner at second for the 2nd straight inning. Out of the stretch, Corley fires the 1-0. Called strike 1, low in the zone with a curveball. That was the 4th straight batter that Corley's fallen behind 1-0, but for the 2nd straight time now he throws a 2nd pitch strike. 20-1. Dancing off second is Clemens. Corley comes to the plate. That one softly ground to the left side. It will go foul. Nice play from head coach Casey Bradwell on that 3rd base side. Bradwell making his 4th season now for Airport. 72 win percentage. He's coaching the team that is his alma mater. Graduated years ago from Airport. Corley ahead, 1-2. He fires the pitch. Looks like a fastball away. It's now 2-2. Airport comes in scorching hot, winners of 13 of their last 14. Feels like whoever strikes first in this game will have a very big advantage. The 2-2. Off speed, low and away. Did he go? Yes, he did. Tough call there as Butts goes down swinging. It's now the 3rd strikeout of the game for Corley, and he leaves another runner stranded at second. We're scoreless going to the bottom of the 2nd, but I'm not going to go away quite yet. So for the first time this game, I can talk about the sponsors of the Forest Acres Classic right here on Definite Fiction. Of course, if you were here last year, you remember our sponsors very well. Well, there's 2 of them, as always. First and foremost, the Big Red Box Dumpster Company. They're an all-inclusive dumpster company that operates in the Midlands area. So what they'll do, if you need a dumpster, they'll bring it to you, you fill it up, and they'll take it away. How about that? Easy and simple. Go to www.bigredboxdumpstercompany.com to learn more about them and then contact them to potentially get a dumpster. And well, the other one that I are a sponsor is the Richland Post 215. It is actually operated and coached by the same person. The 215 is coached by Chris Dorsey, and his son Cannon Dorsey played on that team for forever, so I was trying to make sure I didn't say. But Coach Dorsey does a great job with the 215, coaching the kids all around Richland County. A lot of kids from Flora have been playing, as well as a couple of other kids from here around. Well, why should you choose Legion Ball? Well, to be simple, it's free, which is easily the best. And of course, that's some of the top talent in the state. A lot of the best high school talent play Legion. Like people like Justin Verlander have played Legion baseball. So you should go play Legion Ball. If you want to sign up today, scan that QR code on your screen and sign up today to play Legion Ball, either at your local post or, of course, the best post, the Richland 215. Easily one of the best summers I've had in a while. Of course, it's up there with the summer I had with the Lexington County Blowfish last summer. All right. Well, we should be ready to rock and roll here for the 2nd, as I barely got to really talk about Hunter Epps, you know. I was too busy talking about the Gators lineup to really talk about Hunter Epps, but he did all the damage. 3 up, 3 down for the USC Union commit as he comes back to the hill. You'll get 4, 5, and 6 leading it off. It's Maddox Free, the 3rd baseman. Righty on righty. Epps will kick and deal. The first pitch, did he go around? He did go around. Strike 1. Oh, and 1. That one's fouled straight back. It's 0-2. Well, the Airport fans, they are very vocal, very passionate about this team, and they're a team I'd like to see go far this year, but of course, this River Bluff team stands in their way, and if not too far, I guess, because the nightcap is our hosting AC Flora Falcons, who both these teams have a chance to play, maybe a state championship preview. Of course, it's been there for years. The 0-2, that one softly grounded up the middle. Bryce Gillette, the shortstop, rage is over, throws it across for out number 1. Look, I've called his name a lot. That's his 3rd time throwing someone out. It's good for out number 1 here in the 2nd.
Up for the Gators, number 3, right fielder.
Well, now it's Ashley Powell, the brother of Thomas Powell. Thomas Powell, of course, played on this championship team 2 years ago, and he was someone I got to know very well over the summer. Righty on righty, Epps fires. First one is shot to the right side, foul. It's 0-1. You know, I met a lot of cool people with the Blowfish, but Thomas does rank on top of that list for me. Got to talk to him a lot of times on and off the bus. I think we had a talk going to Wendy's on one of our road trips. The 0-1. Powell grounds that one softly up the middle. It's Bryce Gillette yet again, makes the quick throw in time for out number 2. It's the Bryce Gillette show early, the fourth time, excuse me. He's had to throw someone out. Now there's 2 away. Well, it's DH is Sam Turner.
Number 13, designated hitter, Sam Turner.
Turner, the left-handed DH, trying to, trying to continue what's been a good season if I can talk correctly. The right-hander throws to the lefty. It's ball 1 on the outside. Turner hitting .208, .387 on base percentage though. He's drawn 7 walks. Epps quickly fires the 1-0. Called strike 1 on the inside third of the plate. Epps with a motor. Winds and deals the 1-1. Called strike 2 on the outside edge, a fastball from Epps. It's now 1-2 with 2 gone. Epps trying to go 6 up, 6 down through the top of this Gator lineup. He'll kick and deal. Called strike 3. He froze him on the inside edge with a fastball. Hunter Epps making it look easy. 6 up, 6 down. No hits allowed for either side. We're scoreless going to the third right here on Definite Fiction. Welcome back here to AC Flora High School. We're at Falcon Field for a potential game of the tournament so far. So far, both pitchers put on a show early. As now Dalton Corley will come back onto the hill. It's righty on lefty here to lead off the third, and the 9-hole Matthew Perry digs in. First pitch is outside, ball 1, and we are underway here in the third. Corley's gotten into a bit more trouble than Epps does. He has a walk and a hit batter. The 1-0 from the right, it's called strike 1 right down the middle. Epps has gone 6 up, 6 down. Corley's gone 8 up, 6 down, leaving 2 runners at second. The 1-1. That one's muscled over to the left side. Godwin's gonna have to hurry. The shortstop can't field it cleanly. The late throw to first is not in time. Norton's able to keep it in front of him, which keeps Matthew Perry over at first. But it's an infield hit, or no, gonna call an error on Godwin.
Batting for Airport, number 7, the pitcher, Hunter Epps.
We're back to the top of the order. It's Hunter Epps. Hunter was hit in the back his first go around, and Airport will now make a substitution, a courtesy runner over at first.
Courtesy runner for the Eagles, number 21, Cooper Chavis.
It'll be Cooper Chavis courtesy running for the DH Matthew Perry. I think this is technically actually a pitch runner considering it's the DH, so I'll have to keep an eye on that one, but I would assume just maybe a courtesy pitch, whatever. But that is now the third base runner allowed from this River Bluff team. Again, 1 error, 1 hit batter, and 1 walk. As we go back to the top of the order, it's Hunter Epps. He walked his first go-around. That's his 6th drawn walk of the season. Righty on righty, free on the infield grass. The first pitch, called strike 1. He went around. The throw back into first. Not in time. Scampering back was Chavis. It's one of those where you probably want to lay the bunt down, but I think Epps thought it was a little outside. Maybe he's just kept the bat out there. I'm not really sure. Either way, it's 0-1. The 0-1 off speed's in the dirt. It's ball 1, making the count 1-1. Of course, both teams going to try to go all out to win this one. Both putting their aces on the hill in game number 1. Pickoff back to first. A great pickoff from Corley. However, Chavis dives back safely. Chavis does have 3 swipe bags in the season. For an airport team that doesn't like to run around a ton, it is something to note. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Blew a heater right by him in the low part of the zone. It's strike 2. The USC Union commit for pitching at the right-handed box, looking to improve on his .375 batting average. The 1-2. He pokes that one the other way to the right field side. It goes foul. No, catcher's interference on Hutto. Big time mistake there. As no, Coach Burnett gonna come out, or Bonnet, excuse me, come out and talk to the umpire. He's gonna try to figure out what happened. Catcher's interference is a big time. I think it's technically an error, as I'll be right back. If you are familiar with the stream, music means I have to go away. Oh, well, never mind. Right as I put music on, they pretty much turn it off. So Coach Bonnet wants to talk, and now it looks like it's still going to be runners at first and second with nobody out. This is a chance for the Eagles. Catcher's interference puts runners at first and second with no out in the heart of the order. So now Braden Dunlap, righty on lefty, nobody out. Corners are in for the Gators. Corley's going to have to watch at second. This would not surprise me if a bunt was put down here. Airport would love to have 2 in scoring position for Bryce Gillette, who waits on deck. The kid who pretty much leads all offensive categories for this Airport squad. Dunlap shows bunt. It's high, ball 1. Hutto was trying to fake the throw, more trying to draw the runners a little closer back to the bags as both Epps and Chavis danced a little off. Well, it's 1-0, 2 on, runners at first and second with nobody out. It's righty on lefty is Dunlap. Showed bunt last time, now time called by Dunlap. Dunlap went down swinging his first go-around. Has a chance to do the team play and put some runners in scoring position here against the Gators. The 1-0, he shows bunt. It misses away, ball 2. Good eye there from Dunlap. That one didn't miss by much. First base creeps in. The 2-0 bunt attempt is missed. It's strike 1. Looks like a high heater there as Dom Norton was pretty much 2/3 of the way in on the infield grass. You know, Dunlap's going to have to play this smart here. If you put this bunt down on the right side and Norton's that far in, you've got to imagine that play's going to third. It also opens the door, since means Maddox Free has to pretty much play a little farther back for the throw to third. If you put this on the left side, that could be trouble. Norton, the first baseman, in again. 2-1. That bunted straight back foul. It's now 2-2. Norton now playing back even to the bag. He shows bunt again, Dunlap. The 2-2 is way high. That'll fill her up. 3-2, still nobody out here in the top of the third. We're scoreless. But Airport, after catcher's interference and what is ruled as an error, they have runners at first and second. Technically, no runners will be going against Corley if Airport does push a couple across. However, Airport will not care if they're earned or not. They just want to open the scoring. Corley gives a couple looks at second. He comes home. The payoff is bunted. It will be down the first base line and go foul. That is a bunted third strike, so it's out number 1. Airport rolled the dice, and Dunlap just couldn't get it down. It's now out number 1. However, you're not even close to being out of the danger zone here as Bryce Gillette is up. Gillette, the leader in average, leader in on-base percentage. But with the jump number that steps out to me, of course, RBIs at 19. However, the other one, with runners in scoring position, his average is 536. This kid can just produce. Righty on righty, the first pitch. That one's lined to right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Powell picks it up and fires quickly. It's such a good throw. Everybody has to stay at their bags. But right on cue, Gillette has his first hit of the Classic and loads the bases up for Landon Jeffcoat with only 1 out. Well, technically, that will go into his batting average with runners in scoring position. Unfortunately, it's not an RBI for Gillette. He was searching for 20 there. Now he turns it to Landon Jeffcoat. Righty on righty, 1 away. Corners are in, middle playing back, however, a little offset. Ortiz, the second baseman, right near second. Godwin is in the shortstop hole. First pitch, curveball in the dirt. Good stop from Hutto. It's ball 1. The junior only has 5 RBIs. Last season for the Eagles, he had 21. There's a big chance he can put a shock into a ball, bring at least 2 across, maybe 3. The 1-0. That one's hard hit to the right side of the shortstop. Ortiz waits back. He bobbles it to throw to second in time for out number 1. Gillette can't believe it, but it is an RBI for Landon Jeffcoat, who brings home the runner from third. It's 1-0. It's always a hard play for an umpire to rule and a hard play to be safe at second. Ortiz did bobble it, but the transition to Godwin at the play at second is good for out number 2. A run does score unearned, I might say, for Corley. It is 1-0 Airport, as Bryce Gillette coming into second has to slide, and unfortunately for him, seemed like that may have done it. Righty on righty here, big swing and a miss for strike number 1 for Justin Seitler. He swung through a heater. The 0-1 from Corley. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball in the dirt for strike 2. No throw from Hutto, as it looks like Jeffcoat will take second off a stolen bag. There's runners at first and second. 2 gone here. In the top of the third, Airport leads 1-0 with 2 in scoring position. No hold on second as Ortiz now goes to the bag. Coach Bonnet will come out and talk to his team. It was Jeffcoat who was really off the bag at second, but you know, he's probably fine with him throwing him over, because that gives Hunter Epps, the chance at third to come home with the second run of the game. I have to say Dunlap, I apologize. The 0-2. Fastball in the dirt. Nice job from Hutto to keep it in front of him. It's now 1-2. Well, if it gets that far, on deck is Isaiah Clements. The center fielder's already reached base once today, as Seitler, in his 1 plate appearance, has flown out to right. The 1-2. Heater in the dirt. Hutto, that one gets away from him. Hunter Epps comes home. The flip to home, not in time. It's 2-0 Airport. That one just skipped away from Hutto behind the dish. Hunter Epps got a good break on it. Didn't even have to slide. It's now 2-0 Airport. Count is 2-2, 2 gone. Runner at third for the Eagles. With Hunter Epps on the mound, that 2-0 lead feels very good for Airport, but you'd know they'd love to tack on. 2-2. Fastball away, filler up. 3-2, 2 gone. Sleitler trying to keep this inning going for the Eagles. Burley will deal the payoff. That one missed wide, the off speed. Sleitler is hyped, he'll throw the bat as there's runners on the corners with 2 outs yet again.
Stepping to the plate, number 5, center fielder, Isaiah Clemens.
It's Isaiah Clemens now up for the second time. He walked his first go around. Airport will bring in a courtesy runner for the catcher. It will be Charlie Jackson, the junior.
Jackson.
So ready on, ready for Clemens. 2 gone here in the top of the third. Airport's already pushed 2 runners across this frame. Would love to make it some more. Try to dig Dorman a deep hole, or River Bluff a deep hole. First pitch, big time swing and a miss, strike 1. Elevated heater for Corley. Back a year ago, Dorman dug Oceanside in a quick double-digit hole. Airport would love to do the same. Runner goes, swing and a miss, strike 2, no throw as Charlie Jackson will take second. Well, just like last time, runners at second and third. 0-2 the count, 2 gone. This time it's the center fielder Isaiah Clemens in the box, the 7th batter of the inning, who will call time. Of course, don't go anywhere after this game. It's AC, Flora, and Hammond due up in the nightcap. The 0-2. Call, strike 3, fastball low in the zone. Froze Clemens, and that will do it. Airport pushes 2 across, both of them unearned, but they have a 2-0 lead over the River Bluff Gators. We'll call you right back here on Definite Fiction for the bottom of the third. Welcome back here. It's game number 3 in the 20th anniversary of the Forest Acres Classic. Airport just snagged a 2-0 lead in the top half of the third. We'll see if the River Bluff can respond in the bottom half, however. With how Hunter Epps is going, it's going to be pretty hard. The right-hander comes home, swing and a foul ball. It's 0-1 count now to the catcher, Trip Hutta. It'll be 7-8-9 due up here for the Gators after Epps has gone 6 up, 6 down, looking solid as ever. 0-1. That one's chopped to the right side. Gonna be a swinging bunt. Epps has to come off the bump. The throw into first is high and gets away from Jeffcoat. It's not far enough for Hutto to go off. That's gonna be ruled as an error. I think it's gonna be an E1. But it gives her a Bluff their first base runner of the afternoon. Oops, not the right thing that I was trying to do. Trying to do that. I'm not sure what Coach Bradwell is gonna be talking about. It could be something along the lines with, the only thing I could think of is where Hutta was running. I wasn't really paying attention to it. You guys on the stream actually probably got a better idea. I was more looking at Epps trying to field the ground ball. Epps is saying something to his third baseman, Anderson. Not really sure. Courtesy runner over at first. Apologies for my just kind of lack of knowledge. I'm not really sure what's going on, but Coach Bradwell found something he was not happy with.
Ortiz.
Boom. Pick off to first, not in time. Zach Ortiz up at the dish. Maybe Caleb Renwick over at first. Or nope, that's an 18. That was close. Or 19 maybe. It's Austin Glover, I think is who the pit courtesy runner is. Right on cue. Hunter Epps throws right back over to him. He dives back safely. Either him or Jeremiah North off the check. That's a 9 or an 8. They always blend together, and now that brings Justin Seitler coming out to talk to his pitcher. There was something that Epps wasn't a fan of. Same with Bradwell. Casey Bradwell, that may be. Not really sure, again, exactly what was going on, but either way, we'll continue to focus on the game as that was the first base runner the senior has allowed all night. He boasts a 0.81 ERA over 43 innings pitched. The USC Union commit has been splendid, and that pickoff move just a second late. It is Jeremiah North pitch running, the junior. He swiped 2 bags so far this season for the Gators. First pitch now to Ortiz makes him look silly. Off speed on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Another pickoff back to first. North will dive in safely. He's not getting a big lead over there after Epps almost got him earlier. Ortiz shows bunt. He gets it down the first base line. That looks to be perfect. Epps fields it, and he will tag him out as Ortiz went just a smidge out of the baseline. It does a job, though. It moves a runner over to second now with 1 out.
Up for the Gators, center fielder, number 5.
So it's a 9-hole Andrew Rye, and of course, this is what River Bluff wanted, a chance for their big-time hitter to get someone on in scoring position as Banks Alexander awaits on deck. However, don't overlook Andrew Rye, who has 2 RBIs and one of the best just get-on basers here for the Gators. Pick off to second for North, not in time. I'll tell you what, Epps has some great pickoff moves. He's really quick with getting that ball out towards whoever's covering. But for Rye, he's a .515 on-base percentage. He beats that one to the ground to the left side. The pitcher, Epps, he's got North, and he's got no play. North was off the bag. Dunlap took forever to cover second. Epps wanted to throw him out at second, and that allows a hit. Well, not a hit, but a runner on the base pass. I guess they're going to rule it a hit. All right. Look more like a fielder's choice to me, but Rye will now take first. And now, all of a sudden, there's trouble brewing here for the Gators. There's 1 gone. Runners at first and second for Banks Alexander. Epps fires. Looks like a changeup away for ball 1. Righty on righty. Alexander started this game with a ground out to the shortstop Gillette, who's been getting a workout over there today. Time called by Alexander. This freshman that acts like anything but a freshman. Hitting .370 this season. 6 doubles, 16 RBIs. And a homer to boot. The 1-0. Called strike one. Nice location on the fastball on the outside edge. This time River Bluff. Looks like they're not too happy with the call. 1-1. Epps fires and hits Alexander between the numbers. Well, all of a sudden, there's life for the Gators. They'll load the bases with one out in the heart of the order. And now it will be a mound visit here for Coach Bradwell, the first time he's come out. Everything was going smoothly for the Airport Eagles until this inning. We'll be right back here. Music means I have to leave. Coach Bradwell will use all of his 30 seconds to talk to Epps, who, after 2 flawless innings, now has the bases juiced and one out. It's the heart of this Gator order. Walker Godwin digs in. Righty on righty. Corners are in for the Eagles. Epps fires. The first pitch, that one smacked into center field. Going back is Clemens. Toward the wall at the warning track, he looks up and makes the one-handed grab for out 2. Godwin sent that one deep into center field. It's good for a long sacrifice fly for out number 2. It's now a 2-1 game. Rye takes third. Godwin gets an RBI, and there's 2 away.
For the Gators, first baseman, number 7, Donovan Norton.
Well, that one will be an error this time. Well, it's an error, so it's an unearned run for Epps. However, the other couple will not be if they do score. So now it's Dom Norton. The lefty digs in, the right-hander comes home. Looks like the changeup misses us just a touch away. It's ball 1. Wind now starting to kick in. It's been pretty windy all day through here at the Midlands, so something to keep an eye on as this game progresses. The 1-0. Called strike one. Fastball on the inside part of the plate. Alexander trying to bait that throw to second, but smart play from Seitler. He'll hold it. So Alexander has a stolen bag, of course, his 7th. Goes down as a 7th, even though it's not really a stolen bag. 1-1. That one's hard hit up the middle. That one through the hole for a base hit past Dunlap, the second baseman. One comes in. Alexander comes around third. The relay throw is cut off by Jeff Coate. It's a 2 RBI single for the Gators, who have stormed back. It's 3-2. The first 2 earned runs of this game.
Up for the Gators, number 4.
That has been given by Dom Norton, a 2 RBI single past the diving second baseman Dunlap. And after it was 2 beautiful innings from pitching, all of a sudden we have 5 here in the third. First pitch is ball outside to the right-handed Maddox free. It's 1-0 now. Well, I told you this had the makings of being one of the games of the tournament. And right on cue, it's delivering so far. Epps fires. Off speed away, ball 2. Maddox, he grounded out over to Gillette his first time around. Two and oh, he smacks that one to deep center field. Clemens going back toward the warning track, but he'll have room and make the grab for out number 3. After a wild start to the inning, River Bluff puts 3 across home, and they take a 3-2 lead against Airport. Old foes renew their rivalry. It's 3-2 going to the 4th right here on Definite Fiction.
Eagles 2.
Welcome back here in Forest Acres, South Carolina. It's day one of the Forest Acres Classic and game 3. A wild third inning where Airport had 7 up to the plate, brought home 2. River Bluff also had 7 up to the plate and brought home 3. So it's a 3-2 lead Gators as we head to the middle part of this game. 7, 8, and 9 due up as that one smacked into left field from Anderson. Going over Alexander toward the line, he'll make the grab for out number 1. One had some legs, but Alexander ran it down. There's now 1 away. Well, Sandiata Anderson, 1 pitch, 1 fly out for him. And now it's Daniel Butts. Butts went down swinging his first go-around on a check swing that a lot of Airport Eagle fans and players could not believe it was called a check swing. Righty on righty, 1 away. Corley fires. Butts fouls that straight back. It's going to be 0-1. Corley comes home. The 0-1. That one's golfed. And shallow left center field, right behind second base. It's Walker Godwin, the shortstop, who retreats all the way to the outfield grass. So now there's 2 away. Corley's trying to get through his first perfect inning. He'll have to go through the 9-hole Matthew Perry if he wants to do so.
Designated hitter, number 14, Matthew Perry.
The lefty digs in, the right-handed Corley will wind and deal. First pitch is a fastball away, ball 1. Of course, these teams will be right back in action tomorrow. Airport against AC Flora. The nightcap, River Bluff will get Hammond. The 1-0. Fastball is low, ball 2. Perry reached on an error to begin the third. He was the start of what that 2-run top of the third was for Airport. The 2-0 from the right-hander. Called strike 1, fastball on the inside edge. Both pitchers have impressive stuff early, showing off their location especially. That was beautiful from Corley. The 2-0. That fastball a little in tight. It's ball 3. So 3-1 the count, 2 gone. It's a 2-3 game in favor of River Bluff. Airport up in the top of the 4th. Trying to get something going here for the top of their order, who looms on deck. The 3-1. Fastball low, a 5-pitch walk. There's a 2-out base runner on for the Eagles.
Up for the Eagles, pitcher number 7, Hunter.
Well, now back comes up Hunter Epps. Epps reached off of catcher's interference last at bat. He was the second of the 2 runs to come across for Airport. He's also been hit by a pitch so far today, so he's looking to swing the bat and get on base rather than get on base the easy way. Righty on righty. Corley comes home. It's a fastball low for ball 1. Of course, both Epps and Corley do like working longer, so you can imagine seeing them in the 5th inning and beyond. The 1-0. That one's fired home. It's a fastball that's shot to the right side and will get out of play. It'll be 1-1. Hunter Epps came in scorching hot today. 8 of his last 19, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. It's 1-1 the count, 2 gone. Corley fires. Epps pops that one right behind home plate. It will get out of play. It'll be 1-2. Airport's trying for a 2-out rally here. They have a runner at first, a 1-2 count to the leadoff Epps. Corley swings and misses after he dials in. Gives a salute to home. Epps was fooled off the off-speed low in the dirt. It's now the 5th strikeout of the game for Corley and out number 3 here in the 4th. Well, of course, you know what that means. I'm not going away, which means it's time to hear from our sponsors in this Forest Acres Classic, the 20th anniversary of the Forest Acres Classic. Of course, first and foremost, you can't talk about a beautiful baseball tournament without a beautiful summer baseball team. The Richland 215 Post is a Legion team that plays all summer right here at Falcon Field in the Midlands. They're led by Coach Chris Dorsey in one of the premier summer leagues in the state. Well, why do I call it that? One of the Legion leagues. What is Legion? Legion is summer baseball you can play for free against some of the top talent in the state. You have kids all around this state playing Legion against each other. Of course, River Bluff had like Wyatt McPherson playing some Legion ball. Airport, gosh, I didn't call last year, so I apologize, but I'm pretty sure Bryce Gillette was a Legion player as well. It's a ton of great Legion players on both sides. It's a way to get in some competition against some of the state's best in the high school, and of course some of the college level. There are some college players do play Legion. There is 19 under, 17 under, and 15 under. The 215 has all of those, so scan that QR code and get signed up today. The other one we talk about is the Big Red Box Dumpster Company. The Big Red Box Dumpster Company is an all-inclusive dumpster company. What they'll do is, you ask for a dumpster, they'll give you one, you fill it up, and they'll take it away for you. How about that? Go to www.bigredboxdumpstercompany.com to book your dumpster today and get in touch with Chris Dorsey, who runs both the Big Red Box Dumpster Company and the Richland 215 Legion team here in the Midlands. All right, we're set to begin now. The bottom of the fourth inning. Doing a lot of talking today, and brings me back to last year where I was basically dead in the first couple games. Well, Ashley Powell starts it off here for River Bluff. He'll tip that one foul as Hunter Epps returns to the bump. It's 0-1. Last year I had no voice in like the first two games, which made talking really hard. So if you ever need anything to get your voice back, some tea with some honey. Never thought that'd work. I'm not a tea person either, but it did work. The 0-1 missed wide, so it's 1-1 now. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up for River Bluff here in this inning as Powell chops that one up the middle. Gillette, the shortstop, ranges over. Right at the second base bag, he'll throw it across the diamond for out number 1. Well, Bryce Gillette's getting his money's worth today. It's the 5th time he's been included in a ground out. He's made all 5 of those plays, and we'll see if Sam Turner can keep away from him. The lefty digs in, the right-handed Epps fires. Off speed, called, strike 1 in the inside third of the zone. So I'll be honest, with all the heat, this breeze does feel very nice, even though it's a little more windy than I like it. The 0-1 heater stays in tight, ball 1. The 1-1 stays in tight, a fastball. It's now 2-1. Turner went down looking his first go around. Epps froze him on a pitch low in the zone. 2-1. Did he go around? He said safe. Looked like it. Turner did hold the swing back on a pitch inside, so it's 3-1. Well, that was a weird merry-go-round there, but Hunter Epps will wheel and deal. Call, no, ball, a little low. It'll be ball 4, and a 1-out walk given to Sam Turner.
Number 2, catcher, Trip.
Looks like that one may have caught the knees of Turner. He did not agree with me, though, so that's why I don't make the rules, I guess. Courtesy runner Mac Raines will step in at first for the DH. Sam Turner.
6, Mac Raines.
So after some changes, it'll bring back up the catcher Trip Hutto. Hutto reached on an error, I believe, that was given to Hunter Epps back an inning ago. He was the one who started that big third inning for River Bluff that eventually led to 3 runs. After the lineup cards are set, the left-hander gets into the box. Epps, the right-hander, comes home out of the stretch. First pitch is popped foul to the left side. It'll go out of play. Pickoff back at first. Raines will dive back safely. He was caught a little off the bag, unprepared, but he was so close so it didn't matter. 0-1. That one's hard hit to right center field. Going over Daniel Bucks. He looks up. That ball is off the wall. Hutto will round first. He'll go to second. The relay throw's going to come to the plate. They're waving Rains around third. The tag is not there because there's no ball in the glove of Saitler. They had him dead to rights, but Saitler took his eye off the ball. An RBI double that brings home Range from first. It's now 4-2 River Bluff. I thought for a second Hutto put that one out. Instead, it just missed a homer. In this park, that's very hard to hit a homer. It is good for an RBI double. North will come back in and run, and now it's a 4-2 lead for the Gators. Well, the top of the order and the bottom of the order now all of a sudden are starting to get to Hunter Epps the second time through the order. We'll see how the right-hander responds. First pitch in this right-handed showdown. Call, strike one on the outside edge against the the second baseman, Zach Ortiz. Oh, 1. Called, strike one. Slider on the outside edge. Well, Epps, who's been rock solid, on 3 earned runs in his last 14 innings, throws that one. They're going to say foul ball. So it's going to be 1-2 now. Looked like it was fouled back into Ortiz, so it's 1-2. But as I said, Hunter Epps has been solid as ever. In his last 2 games, 14 innings pitched, only 3 earned runs, 13 strikeouts. He's ahead 1-2 against Ortiz, and Ortiz will ground that one to the left side. It'll be a tough play. The shortstop, Gillette, can't get there. North had to hold, so he didn't be able to get to third. An interesting play. I think that was supposed to be for the third base. Anderson is now Ingram, the left fielder, goes down in pain. Never something you want to see, especially this deep into the season. We're going to step away real quick for an injury. All right, we are back here on Definite Fiction. Looks like Proctor's all right. He's walking off. I'm hoping it's just the heat got turned up pretty quickly today, and it is scorching hot with a lot of humidity. So hopefully Proctor is all right, but now replacing him in left field is Aiden McCauley.
At the plate for the Gators, center fielder, number 5, Andrew Rye.
Or Gabe Ingram, excuse me, not Gabe Proctor. That's another player. I apologize, Gabe. No, Gabe Ingram, hopefully he's all right. He did walk off under his own power, which is always a good sign. But we will return to the game. It was a single now being ruled for Ortiz to the left side of the infield. Looked like the third baseman, Anderson, could have had a play on it, but it got past him and got past Gillette. So runners at first and second now for the bottom of the order. Bunt down the third base line. Epps has to field it off of the mound, and he's not in time. What a play there. Rye able to get by the tag, and that'll bring out Coach Bradwell to come talk to it. So the umpire ruled safe because Jeffcoat was off the first base bag. Jeffcoat is arguing that he tagged him out. So as it stands, bases are loaded with 1 out. We'll have to wait as now the officials are going to come and talk about it. And they're going to call him out. Good call from the officials. Way to come together and overturn it. It's a big second out for Airport. But a sacrifice bunt for Rye does work. As now the top of the order back up for Banks Alexander. Well, as I said last time up, this is the kid you don't want up in this spot. He leads the team in pretty much every major statistical offensive category for the Gators. The right-hander digs in. He watches the off-speed stay away. Ball 1. Righty on, righty, 2 gone. Runners at second and third here. It's a 4-2 lead for River Bluff in the bottom of the 4th. They're looking for more. That pitch is flying right back up the middle into center field for a base knock. North will score. Coming around third, Ortiz is actually held up as the relay throw gets to the catcher. Sleitler will hold the ball as Alexander goes in the second. It's an RBI single, and the Gators lead at 5-2. All right, on cue, Banks Alexander delivers here for River Bluff. It's a good piece of hitting. Epps put one in the low third of the zone. Alexander went and got it, lined it right back up the middle.
Number 1, shortstop.
So now it's Walker Godwin up for the third time today. He's had a sacrifice fly, and he hits one to the left side on the backhand, sliding Gillette over to first. The shortstop makes the play to end the inning. Bryce Gillette, as solid as ever at short, strands 2 Gators on the base pass. However, River Bluff puts 2 more across and lead at 5-2 here in the Forest Acres Classic. We'll be right back here as we're going to the 5th. Welcome back here to beautiful Forest Acres, South Carolina. Temperature dialed up to about 86 degrees here, but the wind is blowing in from right center, so not terrible in day 1 of the Forest Acres Classic. Well, here we go, top of the 5th. Airport, after jumping out to a 2-0 lead in the top of the 3rd, now find themselves trailing 5-2. It'll be the heart of the order, 2, 3, and 4, here against the right-handed Corley. Corley fires. It's a fastball on the outside edge for strike 1 against the lefty. Well, Dunlap 0 for 2. He bunted 1 foul his last time up and struck out swinging his first go around. The 0-1. Swing on and miss. Strike 2. Heater on the outside edge, and that location's about as good as you're going to get. Lower third on the outside edge. That's that lower corner. Corley will come home. The 0-2. That one is sliced to the left side and foul. Dunlap spoils a nice pitch there from Corley. Well, this is the top of the order. This is who you want in Airport if you want to have a rally. It's Dunlap, Gillette, Jeffcoat, and Seitler if it gets that far. The 0-2. Corley fires, swung on and missed. Change up in the dirt. Throw down to first from Hutto's in time, and there's one away. 6th strikeout of the game for Corley, and out number 1 here in the 5th.
Up for Airport, number 12, shortstop, Bryce.
Now it's Bryce Gillette due up. Bryce Gillette, 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. This kid's gonna try to start something here, and one of their best contact power, you name it, he is it. Righty on righty, Corley fires. First pitch, fastball away, ball 1. Long pause, now Corley will wind and deal, the 1-0. Called strike 1. Looks like a heater on the outside edge. The 1-1 from Corley. That one's lined into right center field, going towards the right fielder, Powell. And it will be the center fielder, Rye, who runs it down, but he can't make the play. Now he bobbles it. Gillette trying to go to second. He dives safely in. It went between Powell and Rye. Rye ran it down, even though Powell was under it. Rye dropped it, so it's an error on the center fielder, and Bryce Gillette will get to second. Rye ran it down and took his eye off the ball. Sometimes it's the simplest things that give you a spark, and that may do it for Airport. However, it's all about what you do afterwards. It's now Landon Jeffcoat due up. He's 0 for 2 so far today with a fielder's choice and a strikeout looking. Righty on righty, Corley looking at Gillette at second, he comes home. Jeffcoat shows bunt, but it goes over his head for ball 1. This is a very, aggressive decision here from Coach Bradwell if he does ask Jeffcoat to bunt, because then you're asking Seitler with 2 outs to knock in Bryce Gillette home. I understand the idea. Just very, I would say risky and a little more aggressive. The 0-1. Called strike 1. Fastball in the low third of the zone. No bunt there from Jeffcoat. Maybe that bunt was just to try to throw off Corley. Or bunt attempt, I guess. The 1-1. That one swung on and ground straight foul back into the ground. It'll be 1-2. Corley on the bump, still only allowing 1 hit today. He struck out 5, walked 3, hit 1, and allowed 2 unearned runs to score. Trying to work through the 5th inning here. It's a 1-2 count with 1 out. Runner at second for Airport, who trail 5-2. Corley comes home out of the stretch. That one's poked to the left side. The third baseman, Freeze, got it. He whips it across the diamond, and there's 2 away. Nice job from the third baseman, Free. Looked back Gillette at second, meaning Gillette could not advance to third there. Now there's 2 away.
Justin Seitler.
So now the catcher, Justin Seitler, will still have the job of trying to knock home Gillette with 2 outs, except now Gillette is standing at second and not at third. Seitler 0 for 1, a flyout and a walk today. Righty on righty, Corley fires the off speed. It's high and in for ball 1. Looked like a curveball there from Corley. Airport's trying to rally on Seitler. The 1-0, that one's lifted into left center field. Long run for Rye, back at the warning track, and he drops it! Another drop from Rye! Sliding into second is Seitler. I'll wait for the official ruling. Rye had it, ran down at the warning track. Another drop from the center fielder. That should be an error. But Airport does not care. They grab and 1 here in the 5th and get back within 2.
At the plate, Center fielder, number 5, Isaiah Clemens.
And now they'll bring out River Bluff to talk to Corley. All 3 runs that have come across are not on Corley, meaning Corley's pitching a pretty good game, barring a 5-3 score here. We'll step away for half a second and let the mound visit commence. Mound visit over, and after a ball, Seitler put some oomph into it, died at the warning track. However, Rye dropped it. Feels like that's been the story of day one. A lot of balls have made its way to the warning track. However, they've been caught and or dropped, I guess, now. Well, we'll return here. 5-3 lead for the River Bluff. However, Airport brings the tying run to the dish. Showing bunt, it's popped into the air to the right side, and it will go foul. No chance there for Hunter to make the play as Isaiah Clemens trying to reach on a bunt with 2 outs. Clemens is 0 for 1. He struck out looking and ground out back in the second. Or not ground out, excuse me, he walked back in the second. I don't know why I even said ground out. Looking at Anderson beneath him. Apologies. The 0-1, Corley fires. Fastball on the outside edge, called strike 2 for Corley. Well, the junior's been brilliant so far today. So far, he's in line now for what would be his 5th win of the season. The 0-2, Corley comes on, the fastball, throws him on ice, got him looking on the outside edge. Strike 3 with the heater. Clemens goes down looking for the 2nd straight time, and that'll do it. Airport gets one back. It's a 5-3 lead for the Gators, going to the bottom of the 5th. Welcome back here to the Midlands. River Bluff leading Airport 5-3 in this one as we head to the bottom of the 5th. It's been a slugfest from both sides with some good pitching as Hunter Epps returns to the hill. The righty greets Dom Norton, the lefty. The first pitch is low ball 1 off speed. Well, Norton leads it off here for the Gators. It's 3, 4, and 5 due up in the 5th. Epps will wheel and deal to 1-0. Is swung on and fouled straight back right towards me. If there wasn't a net, I promise I would have made the play. It's 1-1. Of course, don't go anywhere after this one. The night game is between your hosting AC Flora Falcons and the Hammond School. You see Flora will get Airport tomorrow. River Bluff gets Hammond. The 1-1. Off speed low, ball 2. Epps winds and deals, the 2-1. Check swing is chopped to the left side. It will go foul. Be 2-2. So far, Epps technically in line for the loss, giving up 4 earned runs, 6 hits to River Bluff. He struck out 1, walked 1, and has hit 1. It's a 2-2 count. He'll wind and deal. Epps is just tapped foul. Was Norton. Got a piece of the off speed. It'll stay 2-2. Two of the top teams in South Carolina doing battle right here. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Off speed on the outside edge. Gets Norton for out number 1 here in the 5th. River Bluff by Prep Baseball number 5 in the state. Airport by Prep Baseball number 17. Both ranked number 4 in their respective divisions. Both top 10 for both Diamond Preps and Prep Baseball. First pitch, that one's grounded right back through the glove of Epps, and it goes to the second baseman, Dunlap, who kicks it. That should be another error on Airport. It's now the 5th error of the game. This one, I think, is going to be on either Epps or Dunlap. I'm not sure who they ruled on. Nevertheless, an error gets Freon for the first time today.
Step into the box, number 3, right fielder, Ashley Powell.
So Free had grounded out and flown out. Now he reaches. Ashley Powell is 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. Righty on, righty. Epps fires. Powell off the hands, pops out one to the right side of the infield. Dunlap, the second baseman, has it, and there's 2 away. So now the DH, Sam Turner, or no, excuse me, Mac Raines will stay in the game to hit. Raines came in and ran for Turner. Back in the 4th.
Number 6, Mac Raines.
Raines now comes in 1 for 8. The righty digs in and watches the fastball stay inside for ball 1. It's righty on righty, 1-0 the count, 2 gone here in the bottom of the 5th. River Bluff leads Airport 5-3, and they have a runner on first with 2 away. Epps fires. That one slowly tapped to the right side. Epps has to come off the mound and field it. He flips to first, and that will do it here in the 5th. A nice inning there from Epps. Gets the Gators off the base pass quickly. 5-3 lead going to the back half of this game. You're not going to want to miss it. Welcome back here to the Forest Acres Classic. It's game number 3 on day 1.
Number 8,
I missed this game last year. So happy to be here for this one. It's been a fun one to watch, and it looks like it's going to come down to the end. Dalton Corley returns to the hill. The right-hander works into his 6th inning. He gets the bottom of the order. It's 7-8-9. First pitch looks like a changeup inside. Ball 1, we're underway. It'll be Sundiata Anderson leading off. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. Corley will wind and deal to 1-0. Called strike 1, a fastball on the outside edge. Corley came in kind of struggling in his last couple appearances. Last 2 games, he was 0-1 with 7 innings pitched and 9 earned runs. Today tells a different story. The 1-1 called strike 2, fastball low. Today he's working now into his 6th inning, only giving up 3 unearned runs, 1 hit, has 7 strikeouts, 3 walks, and a hit batter. The 1-2. The right-hander comes home and he misses low and away. I don't even think there was a reason to look over at first. Easy call for the first base umpire, who they asked if he checked his swing, Anderson, and I don't even think it barely left his shoulder. Now 2-2. That one's chopped foul to the left side. Anderson stays alive on a nice fastball on the outside edge. Corley dialed that one back up to 86. Corley's been living around, the 80s range, but he dialed that one up here to try to get out. Anderson, no dice, it's 2-2. The righty fires, the fastball, got him looking, strike 3 on the outside edge. Beautiful spot from Corley, who knew it right away. There's 1 away. It's the 8th strikeout of the game for Corley.
Right fielder, number 22, Daniel Butts.
Righty on righty, Butts shows bunt. A curveball called, strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. Corley dialed in, if you will. That curveball put in the perfect spot, the lower third on the corner. 0-1, the righty fires. Butts smacks that one to deep left field. Going back, Alexander, he's got room at the warning track, and he'll make the grab for out number 2. As I said, the story of this tournament, a lot of hard-hit balls that have just died at the warning track. There's now 2 away. I thought Butts had it off the bat. Alexander almost had to squat down to make sure he didn't drop it. Now there's 2 away for the left-handed DH, Matthew Perry. Corley trying to get through his 6th inning. The righty fires. Fastball up and away, ball 1. Airport's got 4 outs to work with here in what's been the closest game so far of the Forest Acres Classic. Of course, only 2 games before this. The 1-0 called strike 1, a fastball on the outside edge. One and one. That fastball's grounded over to the second baseman. Ortiz waits back on it, flips it to first. 3 up, 3 down for Corley. His first inning like that today, and the Gators keep that 2-run lead intact. It's 5-3. But we're gonna stay with you for a second because you know what time it is. We will talk about our sponsors here yet again for the Forest Acres Classic. They are our sponsors through the whole Forest Acres Classic. First and foremost, that QR code. Scan that on your screen. Well, why? It's called the Richland 215, the local Legion team here for Richland County. Now, what is a Legion baseball team? They are a summer baseball team for 19 under, 17 under, and 15 under, where you can play over the summer and potentially win a championship, just like our AAA team did this year. The Richland 215 senior team has won its division and has made the state tournament each of its last 2 years. Of course, they didn't make the state tournament this year, fell a little short, but it has some of the top talent in this state, and there's no reason other to play it other than it's free. I mean, free baseball is the best kind of baseball. So hit that QR code on your screen, tune into the Hammond game where we're gonna have the head coach of the 215, Chris Dorsey, come on and talk to you about why you should choose Legion Baseball. But another company he runs is the Big Red Box Dumpster Company. They're an all-inclusive dumpster company that if you ask for a dumpster, they'll bring it to you. You fill it up and they'll take it away. I mean, why not? It's simple, it's easy, and it works like a charm. Go to www.bigredboxdumpstercompany.com or call 803-783-6834 today and book your dumpster. Well, I'll step away for a second as Hunter Epps finishes warming up as we're set to begin the bottom of the 6th.
Number 2, catcher, Trip.
We are back here in the Midlands. It's inning number 6, the bottom of the 6th. River Bluff comes to bat with a 5-3 lead as they bring up 7, 8, and 9. These three have had their way, though, against Epps so far today, all reaching twice, and the other two sacrifice bunts. First pitch, that one's lined in the right center field. Going over is Clemens, back toward the warning track. He looks up, it's off the top of the wall. Hard run from Hutto, the relay throw into second. Gillette days the tag by a mile. Clemens, Dunlap, Gillette. The relay throw is good, it's out number 1. Well, Hutto would have had a home run at a normal field. Unfortunately, the netting above the outfield wall is part of the wall. I learned that last year. So Clemens read it perfectly, got it to Dunlap, Dunlap to Gillette. I mean, can't do it any better. Righty on righty now for Zach Ortiz. The second baseman watches a fastball stay upstairs, ball 1. It's the 7th hit of the game for the Gators. 5 runs on those 7 hits. The 1-0. That one's checked foul to the right side. It's now 1-1. Looked like Ortiz tried to hold up on the inside and high heater. One and one, the right-hander comes home. Swung on and golfed and missed. It's strike 2 on a heater low. Well, Corley locked in earlier in the 6th. So far, it looks like Epps has a chance to do so too. He's ahead 1-2. The pitch on the way. Fastball called, strike 3 on the outside edge. It froze Ortiz, and it's good for out number 2.
Number 5, center fielder, Andrew.
Now it's the 9-hole coming up, Andrew Rye. Rye's trying to get his bat going after a tougher day in center field. He singled in the 3rd and laid down a sacrifice bunt in the 4th. Righty on righty, Epps throws one low and away for ball 1. The 1-0, Epps comes home. Fastball upstairs, it's ball 2. Rye coming in, one of the top outfielding prospects in that junior class. He's been getting more and more starts as of late for the Gators. The 2-0 is fouled back. It's a heater on the outside edge, makes it 2-1. It's a 5-3 lead for the Gators here at River Bluff. They lead Airport here in the bottom of the 6th. It's a 2-1 count with 2 gone as Airport's trying to get back into the dugout and give themselves a chance to tie this game in the 7th, or even take the lead at that. The 2-1. That one's ground over to the first base side. It will just go foul. Looked like it was just right of the first base bag, meaning Rye has to go grab the bat, and Jeff goes to throw it right back to Epps. Two's wild, 2-2 the count, 2 gone. Epps fires, the off speeds away, filler up. 3-2, 2 outs, bottom 6th. River Bluff leads 5-3 as the wind starts blowing back in from left to right. Nobody on the base pass, but River Bluff will have to set the table for the top of the order, who's on deck. Epps will wheel and deal. The 3-2 just a touch inside for ball 4. The second walk surrendered by Epps gives a 2-out base runner for the top of the order in Banks Alexander.
Left fielder, number 23, Banks Alexander.
Well, Banks Alexander grounded out. He's been hit by a pitch and has an RBI single today with a stolen base as well. The right-hander steps in versus the right-hander with 2 away. He shows bunt, the pitch called, strike 1. Seitler can't get the grip on it as the ball pops out of the glove. It will be a stolen base for Rye, who went So it's a 0-1 count with 2 outs, but gives the best hitter in this River Bluff order a chance to do some more damage against the Eagles. The 0-1. Off speed upstairs, ball 1, looked like a slider. The 1-1 from Epps, swung on and missed. Foul tipped into the glove for strike 2, looked like a changeup there. Now Epps is 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning and getting his bats back up. For Airport in the 7th, it's the top of the order, 1, 2, and 3. Epps wants to get himself up. The 1-2, that one's popped into the infield left side. Gillette, who I haven't called in a while, waits under it. The shortstop makes the one-handed grab and retires the side. Well, after a 2-out walk, it does not come to pass. The Gators lead 5-3. Airport needs 2 to tie and 3 to take the lead when we return. We are back here in the Forest Acres Classic. Top 7, Airport trails by 2, and they now get Walker Godwin, who's gonna try to finish off the Eagles. The right-hander on the bump, who slides over from short. A.B. Wilkerson, I'm assuming it's A.B. He goes to short. Godwin has been on fire this season. In his last 2 appearances, 2 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. He has 4 appearances, 1 save, 7 2/3 innings with no earned runs. Gonna be a tough task, but it's the top of the Airport lineup. Hunter Epps leads off. He lines that one into center field. Rye going back towards the warning track, and he makes the play over his shoulder, running into the wall afterwards for out number 1. Nice play from Rye. That was probably the hardest one he had to make. And of course, he makes it look routine over the shoulder running grab for out number 1. Retires Epps now for the 2nd time today. Well, now it's the left-handed Braden Dunlap. He's just trying to get someone on the table to give this Airport lineup a chance to tie it. The right-hander comes home. The left-hander pops that one to the left side. It will go out of play as the third baseman, Free, watches it sail. Well, Dalton Corley, what a day for him. He went 6 full innings on the hill. No earned runs, 1 hit with 8 strikeouts, 3 walks, and a hit batter. He was brilliant today for River Bluff, and now Godwin's trying to finish it out. The 0-1. That one's lifted into left field. Going back is the shortstop. Banks Alexander comes in. The diving grab in left field. Oh my goodness, the shortstop Wilkerson. A top 10 play nominee at any level lays out. It's good for out number 2 here in the 7th.
Brings up number 12, shortstop.
Oh my goodness, take a bow, A.B. Wilkerson. Full extension diving play. Walker Godwin's making sure he's all right. I think he has to probably catch his breath. He went fully out for that one. And now there's 2 away just like that for Bryce Gillette. Righty on righty. First pitch. Breaking ball called. Strike 1 low in the zone. 0-1. Curveball is fouled straight back. It's 0-2. Airport's down to their final strike in this one. Oh, 2-2 gone. River Bluff has a 2-run advantage. The pitch to Bryce Gillette. Foul tipped into the glove, and that'll do it. River Bluff, another win, their 3rd straight against the Eagles here at the Forest Acres Classic. In their home away from home, they pick up a win. Walker Godwin earns the save. Dalton Corley gets the win. A 5-3 win for River Bluff as they open the Forest Acres Classic yet again with another strong showing. They will get Hammond tomorrow. Airport drops to 0-1. Of course, a lot of baseball left. Of course, they need to win out and hope for a Flora win, I would assume, over River Bluff, where they can win the run differential battle. Well, we got a game in about an hour. Flora, Hammond to cap us off here in day 1. What a day 1 it's been. Thank you for joining me. I'll step away and see y'all in game 4 and see y'all tomorrow. Have a great night.